co-sponsoring, because obviously the University of Surrey and Surrey Enterprise, so I need to thank very much, and Cameron Wilson for allowing us to come and use their venue. Now, I've paid for the privilege of 5 minutes of your time, so you can just do whatever you want, really. Tell you about Open Digital. A lot of you know me and know what I'm kind of doing, but perhaps don't have a good insight. So the big question really is, what do you do when you see bad laws being passed that affect your industry? I'm talking about the tech industry in general. There's a few things people could do: blame the lobbyists, blame the MPs, write a blog and rant about it, change jobs, move to a different industry, or emigrate. But there's an option there that kind of a lot of people perhaps wouldn't choose. So I decided to try and influence the way that the laws are being drafted for the tech industry. Sums up really promoting ethical and sustainable policies for a vibrant digital economy. And can we really have influence, and can we really make a difference? I've been doing this really solo for about a year before we formed Digital Surrey, Open Digital even. Julian Rager, who many people know, has backed me for this venture, and together we have managed to get our first report into the Financial Times. We've submitted what we felt was a powerful reason why the government shouldn't sell off the public data to the highest bidder, and the Public Data Corporation, as was planned, has been killed. I tweeted that Minister for the Internet, Media Minister Ed Vaizey, should open up his closed door in industry meetings, and to my surprise he responded to my tweet and said, come join me around the table, which we've been having discussions in that area. And if anyone saw Sky last week, I managed to get 5 minutes on being interviewed on Jeff Randall Live, which was interesting. What are we doing? We're looking at, we're formed around a fundamental belief that if you're looking to create a sustainable business, the long-term interests of your business are very closely aligned with the interests of consumers. So it's silly to say, are we a consumer group or are we a business interest group? Essentially, if we come up with the right policies, there's a close relationship between what consumers need and what businesses need. We look at privacy, trust and security, because consumers won't partake in your business venture if they don't trust what you do with their private data. We look at public data and open data because we think there's opportunities for ethical business to make money there. Tools that digital businesses need. We've been heavily promoting 4G and rural broadband. Monopoly and competition, because if the incumbents are stuck there, then it doesn't matter how good your business is, you can't challenge them. So we want a free, fair and fierce competition in the market. We want transparency from government so that when laws are enacted, at least we can see how and why they've been enacted. And we want, this is an area that I've been personally involved in, which is digital copyright and enforcement, particularly because of the regulatory burden on ISPs and websites hosting user-generated content, free speech, free and open internet issues. Policy organisation, we're really well placed to see the big picture. We have connections with the Parliamentary ICT Forum, we have government contacts, we have links with ISPs, both big and small ISPs, and multinational tech corps, because we've been involved in these ministerial meetings, roundtables. We've also managed to grow close links to the other Westminster think tanks and consumer groups, and we have excellent links to small and medium-sized enterprises through groups like Digital Surrey, Thames Valley Social Media Cafe. And because we're angel funded, we also have links to the Angel Network and UK investors. One thing we're working on, our big goal is to reform privacy and trust. And the key problem that we've identified is that consumers don't understand how important privacy is, and they don't understand what data they're giving away for new technology. They just don't understand the marketplace when it comes to the trading personal data. So we want to iconify privacy, and it's been tried before and we're not taking it lightly, it's very difficult, and come up with 6 basic levels where clarity is more important than absolute precision, because we want to be able to, above all, users have to understand. We don't know whether these are going to be the icons that use. We want to launch a community project to come up with better icons, or the icons that say, that portray the information in as simpler terms as possible. And because we're looking for community input, it's important to stress that we're not looking to profiteer from it. So obviously, if we come up with a set of icons, we need some control over how those are used. But at the same time, we don't want to be in a position where we can profiteer from those. So we promise to hold the intellectual property in the project in trust, So if any multinational organisation wants to take on the project, if it becomes successful, we will hand it over to limit our opportunity to profiteer. Funding a policy organisation is really difficult because if you look at donors, then you get vested interests who are trying to push their point of view. If you look at sponsored research, the research tends to follow the money, which isn't ideal because you get a lot of research supporting the point of view for the incumbents who have the money to spend on the research, but you don't get any research for counter views. Paid for reports are an issue because of transparency. If you're looking to influence public policy, then you can't expect the public to pay £495 to read the report that's got your evidence in. And so instead we're looking to release all our works under Creative Commons within a reasonable time frame of publication. We looked at the ways we could fund this. A membership organisation, it's going to be difficult. We're going to have to pull in the members, manage the members. And then I came up with this idea of a mutually supportive business model. There's still a launch hurdle, and so we need shareholders, which we have one of already. This is a picture of the organisation. So essentially there's the company. It's a for-profit company, but there's a reason, there's limits to the profit we can make. On one side we've got the policy organisation, which is driven by an advisory council, a 6-member body at the moment. It might grow. Eric Joyce MP is the president of our advisory council, and we are funded, we are in the long term going to be funded by 50% of the profits from the consulting group, which is a for-profit organisation. In return, the consulting group gets the knowledge and exposure of being associated with a policy organisation. But the flow of knowledge in the other way is where there's a question over ethics. We have a charter to be open and transparent, and we have to be very sure that we don't start to trade in access. It's very difficult to draw the line between being able to go and explain difficult policy positions to companies who might be interested in that, and then start selling access to our privileged contacts, which is slightly less ethical. If you want to get involved, the most important thing is to join the debate. We've got a blog. It's been going off the rails today because we had something on Reddit. We've got email and Twitter. Just get in touch with us. Just tell us anything that concerns you in digital policy areas. There's the option to become a donor shareholder, and your return on investment, as I mentioned about the ethical side, it may be indirect. So if you want to help your industry and become a shareholder, there's every chance if the policy organisation and the consulting group together become profit-making, you will share in 50% of those profits. The other 50% will go to the policy organisation. If we do good that helps the industry, then you'll also benefit. And above all, help and promote us. And thank you very much.